Stop saying dumbass things! You're not even making sense!
Hello, ladies and gents. Well, probably no ladies here, but anyways, welcome to another video of Hilo Heist. And I know it's been like 2 weeks since we've, like, maybe a bit longer than that, since we had our last Hilo Heist video. And regardless, if in case you don't know what this video is about, it's about me commentating on my own gameplay and hopefully making it entertaining and also educational at the same time. So it has come to my attention that I kind of forgot about the deck. I mean, showing you the deck, obviously. If you happen to want to know anything about how I build my decks or anything, I think I made a video about this already, so I won't spend too much time talking about it. And once again, thanks a lot to the channel supporters, Nova, Kiko, and KP, along with the boys at BA Armory, for keeping their website well and alive. And guys, if you have any other questions about my deck, or like you want to know more, like you want to copy the deck file itself, I have it on my Discord. Feel free to join. We have a lot more people in here compared to like last year, so you know, we're chill place for everyone. So yeah, let's get right into it. I think the deck we're playing today is actually a Stryker Baltic deck, and this is one of the, I mean, Baltic Battalion, the newest specialization. Everyone's playing it, and to say the least, like the player number count has practically doubled and sometimes tripled, because I've seen the player count go up to 16,000 people. I mean, normally we only have like maybe 5,000 to 7,000 people at most, so it's actually kind of crazy, the numbers, they're just pumping. I'm also quite glad that, you know, things are going for a change, more people, more dudes, more fun. That's basically it. So we spawned on the weak side of the, well, of Baltisk. Sorry, it's really hard to figure out like Baltic and Baltisk, although like I know they're very different things. Anyways, yeah, and normally this side of the map, especially for C, is pretty unplayable for me, and I think the main reason for that is, let me just quickly pause, is these buildings here, and like these high rises, they can pretty much spot everything that I have that tries to push into C, and it's just generally kind of tough for me. Not sure how that triggered my EPS when I went behind the building, but as me and my opponent are opening up, we're just trying to, like, I think those were like those Milans. I'm surprised they're only 30 points each, and our friendly ally here, XAH, Mr. XAH, he was actually quite creative when it came to like attacking, and he said, "Oh, I want to just, okay, that was my very unlucky, that was really unlucky, but yeah, anyways, he said that he wanted to go for F after taking the island, which was quite daring, because normally the island is, it's hard to even push all the way to F, but I guess for our team, for now, I mean, we'll see how it turns out later. I was not optimistic about that. Meanwhile, my opponent is playing, I think, Baltic Marines. Yeah, Baltic Marines. Of course it's Baltic Marines. And he's just spamming Marine Raiders standoff by using their, I guess, oh, that is a lot of man pads. 1, 2, 3 man pads to say the least. And like, obviously there still was an infantry durability patch, but at the same time there was also another change done to marksman rifles, DMRs, along with their MPs, which was a bit of a damage increase, so ultimately Marine Raiders are kind of strong at the moment. Fortunately, with an airstrike from the Fighting Falcon along with the quick cat fade burst, we are able to dislodge our enemies like Marine Raiders spam, because that squad, if you let it sit on the field for a bit too long, and it just starts to tear your infantry apart, it's just not fun. You might as well just I mean, that's 240 points, right? If my plane went in and like died, it costs 230 only, so I think it's fair to send it in. Everything. My Type X RCB isn't really suited for the job, for a job like this, but I think I still wanted to try my luck and see if my opponent was in fact like slacking off when it comes to defense, but he wasn't. In the meantime, our first landing for F doesn't seem too optimistic, but on the other hand, this is kind of a 2v2 at the moment. 2 as in there are 2 guys in here which can either stretch to F or C, and also for us it's 1 guy getting into C and 1 guy getting in from F. So it's how should I put it? Obviously if both of us attack at the same time, then it would probably mean that our opponents need to diverge their forces, but for now it seems that if we attack one after the other, then it's just gonna take a little while longer, and then our opponents can concentrate their forces, which is something that's gonna prove to be very tough for us to deal with. They also have like all those high rises up there, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in front. It's just a lot to deal with in general. And as you can see, oh wow, yeah, like the infantry, the Yelevayagu also popping up. Those infantry squads, in case you guys don't know, like the guys with like a shield and I think a sword in the front, the purple guy over here, probably gonna pop up in here in a couple seconds. Oh yeah, these guys. So I know this icon is probably really dark, but it's a shield with the sword on top or something like that. And they have the Spike SR. The Spike SR is the ATGM that is fire and forget, and then they have 600 pen, which is, you know, it doesn't seem like a lot for an ATGM, but if you consider that it does consider its range, 800 meters also doesn't seem like a lot, but they can fire one after the other. They don't need to reload, they're disposable. And now all of a sudden you think, okay, well that guy's kind of shotgunning you with his sheer amount of oh, but we're gonna jump scare this guy with seven sods. Yeah, so like those Yelevayagu are pretty scary when it comes to blasting Strykers and lightly armored vehicles. Our Zemissards kind of get jump scared by 2 Marine squads. I think this is you know, you can say that both my opponents are just blobbing infantry and just winning. And not much I can do about it here. For now, at least. So, I figured out that the problem here is that whenever I try to smoke in, whenever I try to push in without smoke, my opponent has ATGMs like the Yelevayagu, they have javelin squads in the back, and it's just tough to like deal with his ATGMs because I'm always pushing into him, right? I'm pushing into his territory. I mean, I could say that like at the start of the game I could have pushed further, but it's just not possible considering there aren't people there. But then when I smoke, they can just drive in with like 2 Marine squads and then instantly blast me. My allies also seem to have some kind of internet hiccup, and for now we're kind of just I'm just trying to figure out, okay, but how do I get back into C this match? And safe to say that I did bring out an artillery piece called the K9 Thunder, and to give you guys a quick footnote, yes, I probably titled this video Panzerhaubitzers, they did have Panzerhaubitzers dirty or something, and only for you to not have any like Panzerhaubitzers in here. I mean, it's maybe more than 7 minutes into the video, probably 10 at this point. Apologize if I got you confused there, because like it's not good, it's just not good. And but the K9 Thunder, I think we need to address the elephant in the room, because I looked it up. These 3 letters. I don't know how to pronounce the middle one, and I think it's K or something like that. I don't know. If anyone's Estonian, please correct me or like teach me. We jump into VC, tell me how to pronounce this thing, because it's just not. It's just not easy to pronounce. But I guess we can just call it the Ko for now. I think I just lost my booker there. Hold up, can we scroll back a little bit? How did I lose my booker all of a sudden? Okay, probably, oh wait, the javelin in the back. Alright, that makes sense. So, yeah, the code, the thunder, whatever, it's a vehicle that's practically the same as the Panzerhaubitze. It shoots a bit slower, yeah, but it's the same price. It doesn't get smoke, it's whatever, but it still gets a decent amount of laser guided munitions, which is actually very, very helpful. And I think you'll see later in this match how the O is capable of dealing with, you know, an excessive amount of targets. Anything infantry, because my opponent, just look at this, man. I mean, it's a lot of infantry. And for now, on the other side of the map, I mean, to our right, our allies disconnected, and all of a sudden, oh, there's so many infantry inside our lines, so this game is definitely not off to a good start. And but anyways, like, as you can see, like, these guys just spam man pads and weapon teams in there. So how do you deal with this? How do you deal with this? And to answer that question, you really need gun artillery. Gun artillery is probably the only that you know, the cruise missiles can and probably will do something, but on the other hand, they won't really do a lot of work, especially when your opponent has like packs nearby, you know, and you just won't cut it. So it seems like my opponent has backed out of C to resupply his marines, and I'm gonna do something that's really sneaky now. I'm just gonna do a smoke that's going that way, and I'm gonna try to move my snipers into a position where they could spot a lot of things behind my opponent's lines. So I also spotted where my opponents are with my engineers. I mean, I heard that the job of a sapper is definitely the toughest. So we did seem to take the cap, except my opponent has noticed. Oh wait, no, you shouldn't do that. So he's probably gonna push C again. And considering the infantry that I have inside of C, it's definitely not a lot, and I really need to move my stuff here in the back, because this is, you can definitely spot these. You can definitely spot those big resupply in the back, and I definitely need to move that just to resupply my stuff. Gonna move my snipers up at this point. Since they're covered in smoke, I think they do have, you know, like if you spot snipers out in the open with your own snipers, that should be around the range of 600 meters. So if I basically give myself a bit more, you know, cover, like smoke, hopefully they don't choke too much, but I guess it does help. It definitely does help. And we'll see what kind of intel they give me. We're currently trying to separate the forces of our two opponents. It seems like they're just spamming marines for days on end. As my ally, trying to use infantry only just to deal with their stuff. I think that's actually pretty impressive, considering, you know, if you only happen to run things like infantry, I think it's a big, you won't have the cover of IVs, no nothing. It kind of does suck. But anyways, let's try to help our allies here. Clear out the forest. I think if we don't, like, let's say here, okay, let's quick rundown. Let's say here, like, regardless of whatever's going on in F and C, if we don't clear this out, I think it's going to be tough for me to even go from this road down to C, or for my allies to get into B, right? So might as well just help them out with this tree line for now, because this is our territory. That, like, this is illegal and they shouldn't be there. For now, we're just trying to figure out where exactly. I think we just need to defend and come back from the previous disconnects that our allies had. This is a Yelaveyagu. Oh, still hits me through smoke. The one thing about those new infantry is probably the fact that they are, in fact, like, fire and forget. I'm just gonna quickly smoke up here. Yeah, quickly smoke up. Okay, so that one doesn't connect. It's kind of weird because sometimes, like, for example, the Mavericks, right? The Mavericks that planes have, sometimes if they shoot and you react, you smoke up too late, then they still connect. I don't think this is a decent issue. Like you'll see later what I'm talking about. But we have some units here trying to support my ally. Let's see. Oh, 2 supplies right there with the sniper already. Sniper giving us a lot of value. So I'm just gonna do a small burst with the HE-MLRS. Oh, sorry, this is the cluster one. I have a combination of using the CO as an HE, like obviously it's HE artillery, and then the other one is going to be the cluster timers. So for now, the Booker is, you know, helping a lot, and then our Hammer instantly takes out the second enemy and both supplies. Like this is crazy. That sniper is, can you see that pack getting spotted? That is probably because of I don't know, like, do we have any of the high rise on the right? Oh yeah, we do. Okay, so maybe it's this sniper squad on the right that spots everything. We also need a bit more let's say packs on the field. My allies, my opponents are spamming a bit too many like, you know, units, especially those in the air attack. Also 2 guys in this tree line, so it's gonna be a bit tough. He's playing Airborne Marine, so also all of a sudden my opponent seems to be running it down. Oh, he seems like he's making a detour for the other road now. Another F-35 in the air, and I guess this does kind of suck, considering that if my opponent, if one of my allies disconnect, and all of a sudden, oh no, I think they killed the pack there, and then you don't have you first of all you lose your entire front line, and on top of that, they're all of a sudden they're in your face. This is a very much terrible situation to be in. But still, we somehow managed to get 2 stars from the first phase. I'm actually surprised considering how far we're pushed back. I think we managed to take A, and oh, we had F. That's why. Crazy, man. Crazy work there. So yeah, like for now, like, oh, some Stryker MC. I'm just gonna quickly laser that using codes. Laser guard ammunitions. Coup. Maybe we should call it coup, because I heard that it's pronounced a different way. Meanwhile, our Sailukai, they're basically an enhanced version of the engineers, or you can call them like the the SSO of US. Practically the same thing. 4 smokes, thermobaric weapons, and then like, I don't think they have shotguns. Wait, they do have shotguns. So yeah, so they worked out pretty well against the Marine squads because they do not have any CQC capabilities. Just gonna quickly resupply them. Our coup is also, you know, just blasting those Stryker MCs. If you had a Panzerhaubitze, you could not do that. I mean, if you did have it on like the cluster variant, and then those 2 are sitting on top of each other, then yeah, definitely, I think you probably would have been able to destroy both of them. But I think sometimes, you know, it's also nice to just have that extra laser guided ammunition to snipe things that could have you wouldn't have been able to do so otherwise. Okay, snipe another supply point. Do you spot some packs in the back? Actually 4 in total. I think I just managed to ping 3. The match from yesterday, so I still remember a lot of the things. So right now, oh, yep, tried to push my Booker out. Still a lot of ATGMs there to actually force me to auto-smoke here. But for now, we're slowly helping our ally getting his foothold back into this tree line. And I think at some point later, I'll be able to push C. For now, actually very thankful that we have another guy, like, causing a lot of, wrecking havoc on the F point, forcing my opponents to have to shift over to his cap, so I can actually push or help my ally deal with the B cap. Booker's still getting fired by ATGM, so I definitely need to probably pop another smoke here. That's 40 seconds of downtime. So I'm just gonna grab a mortar, smoke that, smoke those high rises. Hopefully it works. Recently they did buff the smoke duration of all artillery pieces by approximately 30 seconds, which they used to be 60 seconds. Now they're 30. Now they're 30. Now they're 90. It's actually quite scary. I'm just gonna bring one of these Helikais with Dragoon. This is also something that the Dragoon is also, or it's not just the Dragoon. The Dragoon and the Vilkos are really like great for that's why they're. I think Baltic and Stryker is a pretty decent combination. And like yes, they probably don't have any like let's say helicopters for the action. Although you did see earlier that I did equip a lot of Hydra rockets on my Dolphin helicopter, which costs 90 points. It's actually pretty cheap if you think about it. But normally this is definitely not a flank deck. This is a more central, also not meat grindy-ish, but with the combination of both MLRS and the Co or Tubardi, I think that's what made this deck, and that's what makes this deck really valuable. We're just trying to sneak in the meantime, trying to at least scout what my opponent's up to, drop another smoke in my opponent's backline so he's not capable of spamming those filthy GMs. Our Dragoon does run into a bit of trouble. Well, I guess death was instant, so nothing to worry about here. But well, that's a lot of Marines and a lot of Yalaviyagus. And I was gonna say that the Dragoon compared to the Vilka, it is a much better option to push like tree lines in because it has better like heat protection, right? It has 180, I think. No, it has 150 heat protection rather than 100 from the Vilkas. Very nice. Even though like the S-Soft, it has I believe 200 penetration. Wait, 200? Yeah, I think it's 200. So probably just immediately blasts the what do you call it again? The Vilkas, but not the Stryker. The Stryker can take a couple extra hits. So that's also a nice thing we managed. I think we lost the Zalukai squad there. That's very unfortunate. Just gonna quickly smoke my Booker out of danger. We also did manage to a rookie mistake by firing very close to like maybe a bit too close to a building there. I think I was also spotted by my opponent's what do you call them again? Yalaviyagu. Just gonna also have some like more accurate Vulcans firing at the pack that's spotted on the right hand side. So yeah, like having Tubardi is really good. Even though they did, yeah, on paper they did get like an aim time increase, but it's still pretty minimal. Let's see, I only have 2 more shells left on inside. Let's see if they can manage to get the kill. I guess not. Yeah, I guess not. Oh, it's whatever. Also decided to fire from supplies. Very nice, very nice. Very bad habit here. But yeah, anyways, I think we managed to help my ally clear out this tree line, so we can probably come back and focus on C. Very nice thing that my... Oh, okay, watch this, watch this. You see this? 2 Yalaviyagu squads. Fire. Instantly smoke. Watch this, fire and forget, baby. Goes through smoke, both of them. So I don't understand what the mechanic of these fire and forget missiles are. I mean, sure, I have 122 ping, but it's kind of absurd sometimes. I don't really understand how. And well, I guess actually, if any of you have any experience with like, or like if you play War Thunder or anything, I don't know, like, please let me know what like fire and forget actually should be, because like is it supposed to go through smoke? I have no idea. But you could also say it's desync. Like I personally, I have no clue. But I guess it's just unlucky. Like if it's happening happening consistently, then it should not happen. But I think this is just a rare occasion, so I'll let it slide. It's also a supply truck after all. So after my opponent, well, I guess they did have like they do have to go back and resupply every now and then, no? So oh, that's a cruise missile. Yeah, the constant artillery barraging from us is really helping a lot, since as you can see here, our opponents, they only have Marine squads. I mean, they span Marines. Marines are definitely a really good squad up close. I mean, when it comes to like blasting people with like not just infantry but also vehicles. But when it comes to like cheesing them, not really cheesing them, but like engaging them at range, then they kind of suck. They don't have the DPS to do any of that. And it's gonna quickly, maybe, yeah, full barrage, line barrage, rip, yep, right in the seat, rip them. So we're kind of like, yeah, this is a really big force here inside of the sea cap. This guy is being very greedy. This man actually wants to just resupply inside the cap. We're not gonna let that happen. We're just gonna attack the supply point real quick there. Oh, no, not happening. So Caracos will do the job. Also have Lars firing off at the seat cap, exactly where my opponent's units are. Again, your supply goes up. Like, that's what happens if you blob a bit too many units at the same time. Artillery will just come in and just, well, I guess, demolish everything. Definitely need to move my Hemet there. The HIMARS also managed to disable Leopard 288's engine, so that's very nice. But I definitely this dude managed to spot a sniper. Yeah, this is what I'm saying. Like, he had a sniper here this whole time, right? And none of us knew of our existence, because I smoked earlier. I smoked all the way up here. Like, I wouldn't spot him, he wouldn't spot me. So if I didn't smoke, I would get spotted. This sniper probably would have been blasted already. So that's the difference why I think smoking for snipers is really important. Obviously, it kind of also gives it away, no? Like, if you see smoke coming in, oh, that's a sniper. Sniper coming in, yeah, definitely. Oh, we need to resupply here. I think they blew up my supplies. Oh, that's a lot of dudes. Oh, that's a lot of dudes. Run away. Oh, need a fighting falcon. Yes, sir. Also a Booker over there. Oh, it turns out my Booker can fire at the Marines. Not gonna let those guys run away. I do need to deal with these infantry in the front again. Oh, my Booker's showing its side armor because he smoked up. Run away! Run away! Definitely need my Leopard to help me out here. Oh, so I think... Well, the Fighting Falcon definitely sacrificed itself for probably a bit of breather. The artillery follow-up on the double. Oh, the Co's nasty. Look at that. That's what I'm talking about. Like, if you see where your opponents are retreating, you just fire a little bit of lead, and then they're going to be able to just, well, that was very lousy of me. I need to quickly smoke myself up here. Cancel my own. Oh, wait. Yeah, I totally forgot about this. Alright, I know this is going to be tough for, like, some of my folks, but normally my opponents, or like my opponents with you know, who have proper broken arrow training and everything, they love using the F-35A, and that's for a reason. That's because they have a seed missile that can interrupt my packs, or my packs in this case, and they can also bomb a tank using the bombing run at low altitude, which is basically like, it basically has zero delay, and then they can laser it and instantly destroy it, as you can see here. But thankfully my opponent forgot to turn off his he forgot to hold fire, so this kind of gave away his pack, like his position, or like at least I know of his presence now. So I mean, I probably had the wrong order here, but the reaction I had, as you can see, it's already flying upwards. It's about to bomb my tank. Turn off the radar. Quickly smoke my tank, because the bomb is... Is this the bomb? Yeah, it seems... I'm not sure. But, I guess he also bombed a bit further away from... a bit too far away from my tank, so... That ultimately did work out for me. Like, sometimes if you smoke, it doesn't work, but... Like, the other times it does work, then... I mean, it should work most of the time, I guess, but, like... It also, like, it's not 100%. But regardless, you know... It would be nice if... Oh, there's another wave of infantry coming in. Run away! We're actually cooked. So... Yeah, if you happen to be fighting... like opponents that love to abuse F-35s, then I think using the I mean just try to react as fast as possible using the smoke. Our Leopard 280 is actually getting intercepted, or like getting flanked by 2 Bookers. So obviously if I only had my Leopard here, this guy would be absolutely cooked. I mean, he needs 3 shots to take care of this Booker and 3 more shots for this guy. So that's obviously not going to work out. It's very thankful that I have these 2 Strikers nearby to support it. Because losing a Leopard is each Leopard is quite valuable, you know, I only get 2. So what I wanted to do here was let my Leopard, this is also kind of only viable on US tanks because, well, also a selective few Russian tanks because their reverse speed is atrocious. Well, the Leopard also has a pretty, like, it's not the fastest reverse speed, is a reverse speed of 30. Oops, pressed the wrong button. So definitely a bit worse than the Abrams, but regardless, I think as you can see, I'm pushing forwards I guess a couple lucky side shots, but if I did not kill the Booker here, I would still try to use the Dragoon to swing around and attack it from the rear, because the Booker is obviously seems to be a bit more focused on my Leopard. So I have no idea what that Fighting Falcon is doing. But yeah, like, we managed to take care of those guys. The Booker. Our infantry have also resupplied, so we're just going to move up our infantry to quickly start establishing some recon, some anti-infantry, and also a bit of AT. Being works out, but I get counter-artillery by my opponent here. I do see one of his packs are moving right into that tree line with the help of possibly my Jaeger squad. I'm not sure completely. Yeah, this supply point, I would say that it's definitely not it's not the best, but it, like, if you can just sneak it up with smoke, it definitely helps a lot. So if you guys haven't been using smokes, I mean, you should try them out. Oh, turns out my guy is coming with the helmet. This is a no, you know, you should never do that. Well, I guess something blew up here along with the back. That was a yellow Yahoo squad. Quickly already dead. Drop some supplies here. Oh, actually missed. But yeah, like, anyways, pushing in with the helmet is definitely not ideal for infantry, that kind of stuff, because especially when you no longer have like let's say a proper front line, you'll never know when to drop the truck off. Obviously you could drop it earlier, but it's probably best when you're behind to go in with IVs or something else like that when you're trying to transport infantry. Just a hello Hornet. Hello CJ. What are these guys doing? They're gonna bomb us like a backline of some sort. I'm out of missiles already. I'm also firing from my supplies. This is not good for me. Yeah, so for now, second phase is about to end. We are actually going 50-50 in terms of caps. I mean, we last phase we did have access to the F cap, but they kind of pushed back for now. But you know, on the other hand, we did manage to take back the C point. So currently, our opponents are a bit, let's say, like, you know, they're a bit like separated from each other. Like either they're hard pushing my ally or they're hard pushing me. I guess this is their way of playing the game, so we can kind of take advantage of that for now. I mean, it also saved us from losing any point in phase 2. And quickly, they love spamming these marines, so the ACVs, they really stand no chance against, basically stand no chance against like the proper IFB. Anyways, over here we have 3 Zemissards. I think my engineer squad is in a bit of trouble here. Ben was not watching me play at this point of the replay. He said, "Cord, your Zemissards are just not gonna cut it, man. Do not push them against the Ranger CQC." And I agree. My opponent seems to be. I have a loading crit against my opponent's Leopard. Meanwhile, my Coos managed to take down one of the Marine Raider squad. That's pretty nice. Just gonna quickly. Don't go in. Oh, that cafe was cool. But with this much infantry, I think that should be enough to deal with my opponent's like counter push for now, at least. Going to have to eventually bring up another of my packs once they're back. Another bolt. This time my javelin runs into my opponent's leopard. This is very unfortunate. Yeah, I think that's the end of my Stryker RV. Thank you, Stryker RV. So in the meantime, we do have a bit of, we're thinking of what units to get next, right? As you can see here, there's the leopard. So I kind of wanted to kill the leopard to avenge my Stryker RV. As you can see here, the Stryker MC. They have a lot of, yeah, they actually have a lot of mortars here in the back. Just gonna quickly, no line of sight against the Raiders. I really would have wanted to get up there. This is also a lot of stuff in the back, so we'll see. Also a Viper over there. I can kind of already tell what's going to go on here. This should have been an ideal kill. I'm not really sure if I got the kill or not, but actually, should I scroll back a little bit? Okay, 1495, 1585. This thing should cost 270. 1620. I guess I did get it. I have no idea. Okay, well, whatever. Well, we did get bombed, so this gave them approximately a bit more than 300 points, but we got the Viper back, so I guess it's a good trade for us. Going to quickly. Oh, my Coos. I need to stop firing from supply. That's a really bad habit. Oh, look at this! Look at this! Look at this! This is a that is a Type 3, Type X convoy. And if you don't know what that is a very lightly armored, unmanned vehicle. I mean, it makes sense. It's unmanned, so therefore it can be lightly armored, right? Like, no one cares about them. Machines can't have feelings. Stryker Shroud also seems to be running into a bit of trouble here. It's instantly obliterated. So, if you remember earlier, we did have a bit of trouble against my opponent's Yellow group, and then I thought to myself, okay, well, let's not spam troopers. Let's also use the Yellow group. Why not? Because the Stryker, I mean, the port ranged. Oh, look at that. Oh, 1, 2, 3. Oh, I don't know how many connect APS would have torn through the APS. In the meantime, the Type X is a vehicle where it actually does, like, yeah, sure, it's lightly armored, but you can also take damage from the engineered thermobaric weapons here. As you can see, it just killed it. But we are out of like these things for now. We do need the LEEKUSU to kind of help my infantry deal with these bad boys for a bit. Not sure what happened to my, oh, there was Comanche in the back, turns out. Guess I got very lucky there. Also, it's kind of my fault for not placing any A on this side. Definitely a misplay here, being a bit too focused on the front line. Gonna artillery that again. Something, well, you could say that your opponents are AFK. They've never micro their units. Then how come, how do you think that, how's that fair? No, like this. Yeah, I guess you kind of have a point, you know, they don't really micro a lot of their units, but I think even when they were moving their units, you could kind of predict where they're moving, right? So I think at the end of the day, it works. If it works, it works, right? Oh, that was a F-45. Maybe he was bombing, like, I swear they should have went for my coast. Right now we have them. We know that our opponents are retreating here. And stacking Zemissards inside the helmet is obviously something that I would do as well. Except that, you know, like, just like at the beginning of the match, my transport blew up, so I guess it didn't really work out for me. I'll quickly take care of these infantry. Oh, blast 2 more of them. And then the S-off that's left alone doesn't really have the AT to deal with my Dragoons, so I'm just gonna keep chasing them. Although I probably do need to get another Stryker rad, because I don't think I've been getting I kind of forgot to get a new one after I lost my previous one to the, I think it was a CB90? Yeah, for now, this game, you could say that, Corn, where's your CB90? Why don't you like using CB90s? I think it's like, it has to do with like the way the map works, right? Like the nature of it. As you can see, there's actually so many buildings here. Like so many buildings that the CB90 cannot really, like, will get ambushed by my enemy's infantry, so that's definitely not ideal. I'm just gonna quickly swap out my Dragoon for a bunker. Might need some new supplies in the meantime, yes. Also the double, I guess the engineer and the Missards are kind of just fair, because like, if you think about it, right? Inside a forest, or like whether they're in a building, whatever, they are infantry with AT-4s, practically with reloadable AT-4s. They have their Carl Gustav R2, which is a 450 meter range reloadable rocket launcher, so it's definitely a lot more powerful. And in the meantime, my opponent decides to push my last known position of my Stryker, only to find out that there is a hooker here now trying to cut inside with the 550 cannon. That was a fairly quick kill, and then as you can see here, the Missards are actually, you know, doing a bit of a decent job against my opponent's armor. Like, it just quickly disabled its engine, so I will be able to finish it off, but I think we finish it off with a couple more Carl Gustav shots. I'm going to pull these guys back. Oh, there's a tank. also noticed that a lot of my stuff are getting shot at when they try to cross the road, like these guys, you know. So I suspect that my opponent probably has a recon squad here or here, but I don't really know. I haven't checked yet. Still need to figure out later. Gonna have to move my. I think I could have hidden that supply point a bit better instead of putting it at the edge of the forest. Managed to also take care of a marine squad, so I'm just gonna quickly smoke that guy up and pull him out from there. Yeah, there's definitely recon around somewhere. We don't really know. And then there's also the cafe trying to. And we need a. I don't know what he's talking about. Oh, he's probably talking about here. Yeah, we did manage to. Okay, so they did see our supply trucks going in, but we also managed to quickly snipe that. What do you call it? The cafe. Oh, and that seems like a nuke potential. I don't know, potential nuke because as you can see, 1, 2, 3. Oh, look at that! 3 seaplanes and like 2 A units. But I guess it's not happening yet, so nothing to worry about, surely. Oh, got to turn that off. Oh, no supplies. Oh, and you're going to be too. They're going after me of all people. I mean, I'm only one dude. There's 1 dude here. There's 2 dudes here. They go for me. Oh, there goes how he is. I was there. Roll back a little bit. Oh, okay, 7215. I have really bad short term and long term memory. Oh, 7615. Approximately 1400. Holy. I mean, it could be from the other end, but like, but still, that was a lot of units lost. Unfortunate. I mean, not only did he nuke me, he also nuked me where it hurt the most. I was resupplying on that point, so I think maybe he spotted my resupply point. And I also lost this to sea. That's just unlucky. But yeah. But you know, thankfully our allies are. I mean, they didn't get nuked, so we're doing all right for now. We're doing all right. Run away, you goes. Run away, tanks. I'm so dead. Yeah. They're airdropping at the sea. What do you mean? The dedication, man. Why is he airdropping? Why is he airdropping? This makes no sense. Obviously, he already dropped the stuff inside, but still. I think we're seeing a lot more airdrops recently, thanks to the quick unload changes. I think it's very sweet. And I like it a lot personally. Even I myself have been using airdrops just for the fun of it. And anyways, I think for the end of this phase, I mean in 2 minutes, 3 minutes or so, yeah, we definitely need to. I mean, C got nuked, C is lost, whatever. But you know, we can't lose any other calf here if we don't want to get like absolutely blasted. So I'm probably just going to try to destroy some units and see what I can do to reinforce F cap or B as fast as possible. Although for me, I don't really have a lot of options here. I only have like 2. I mean, I only have planes and also 2 dolphins. We do have some air spam coming in though, and considering that previously we did manage to push our opponents like all the way back here or maybe here, their packs are probably a bit far away. Same with their shore rats, so that's what I was thinking. You know, just they abuse them, right? Like they're definitely not paying attention to like to where their pack should be. Maybe. Oh, that's 3 more Marine Squad. 4 more Marine Squad in the back. What the hell? We did lose a dolphin, but the other dolphin takes out Stryker be very, very nice, very, very big, very, very good. And with that out of the way, to spend more points. Hell yeah, brother. Yeah, where should we go help? The IMAX RCV is really cheap if you want it to be, by the way. It's like 60 points, 50 points if you want. Perhaps a bit more, like 80 points, which is the configuration I bring. I think I killed nothing there. Not sure why my pack refuses to shoot at my opponent. I guess that's why we, I guess that's why we don't right click nowadays, folks. Kind of unfortunate. It actually nicked by the seat. I didn't even turn it on. What do you mean, like, the thing just randomly decided to turn at me? I mean, I think I had it on all times. I forgot already. But anyways, yes, I do kind of about to demonstrate how it can manage to take out green, like the classic clown car by itself. Pretty nice, but with a bit of smoke cover. And with that, with a lot of laggy internet and everything, we did manage to successfully win this game. Although I think it's safe to say that like, considering our opponents. Oh wait, the guy who nuked me was called BIGBOMBA. I completely forgot. Name checks out. That's what everyone was saying. So yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this replay. This is also I guess it's a so-so high-elo heist. It's not really a heist, so I guess it's a fail, because we didn't really steal that much elo, although nowadays stealing more than 10 elo is kind of a bargain already. But yeah, guys, hope you guys have a good day out there. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.